Hey, good morning. Start of day 2. So, good morning this morning. Perfect day. Sun's coming out over the mountains. Back up over there, so starting to lighten up this area here. Yeah, I woke up about 6:45 to see the light, and decided to go ahead and get out of the tent. Um, After about 5 minutes, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get back in the tent. So actually got back in the tent. Couldn't go back to sleep, so got up about 10 minutes later. So just been making it a really relaxing morning. I like to get up and drink coffee at home. I actually get up earlier than I need to for my day job. And just drink some coffee for 15, 20 minutes, then get ready and get to work, whether I'm working remote or whether I got to drive to the factory. So, but yeah, sat out here, had a couple cups of coffee, had some breakfast, just chilled for a bit. The no-see-ums were absolutely terrible this morning. Had to put the long pants on, put the socks and the shoes on, and then ended up putting my wading jacket on because then they moved to my arms. Once I did that, it was fine. But the temperature's great. I woke up, it was certainly in the mid to low 60s out here. So it was comfortable putting that on. Then I just come back from a little walk down the trail. I needed to scout out some more firewood. Got a couple long, solid pieces that are dry that I can cut up, and then some more fat pine, let's call it. I'll show some pictures of some shots. Actually, we'll get a couple clips of where you can find that stuff. I find it in the Pisgah National Forest, and I find it here. I think it's from these black balsam trees. But you'll have these trees that have been rotting for many years, but they have stobs from all the limbs anywhere from this long to about this long, and they're super dense and full of pine resin. And you put them on your fire once you get it going, and they'll burn for a long time. If you got a hatchet, heavy-duty knife, you can actually split it and make that kindling to start your fire. But anyway, I hiked down this trail, and they're just everywhere. So I got a half a dozen of those. But the trail follows this small creek that's right behind me, and it goes straight up the whole way. I probably only need to hike about a half a mile, maybe a little further. No doubt that's where the brookies will start. So if I got enough energy later today, I will do that when I get back. Just hike up for a half hour, fish for a bit. I'll have to rig up the 7.5 foot because it's really tight. The rhododendron just hangs over the whole creek, and I got a bushwhack down to get to it. It's not directly on the trail. You got to go in the woods 20-30 yards. But yeah, I think that's where I'll get the brookies. Yesterday I got rainbow and I got brown, so I only need to get the brookies. But yeah, it's a good day. It's going to be a good day here. 9 o'clock right now. There's no breeze. Yesterday, as I was hiking up that stream, fishing, the wind was coming dead into me, so it made it a little bit more challenging casting dead into it. But it is completely still right now. So I'm going to hike down to the main trailhead, go right into the water there, and go up. That's where I stopped yesterday. I hiked down, I don't know, 500 yards, and then fished up, slowly, and then got out of the water right close to where you come to this trailhead to go to this campsite. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and go and go, and we'll see how I do. So it's the first time checking in on my channel. I appreciate you checking in, and many more adventures come in the future. And we'll check back in later today. The flow of this creek right now is just absolutely perfect. All these holes are just So good. All those little eddies between the rapids, it's just everywhere. I love fishing like this. Man, you just move fast, you hit those spots and just keep going. Oh, there we go. All right, not take him down here. Be lucky to keep him. Let's see. What do we have? Little brown? Let's see. Wet the hand. Yeah, little brown. Little bitty fella. But hey, good start of the day. 10 minutes in. Let's get him out of here. Get him in the water. Come on. It's a barbless hook. Come on, get out of there. And it's rare that you got the smooth water there, just a little bit of rapids coming through and it drops off. I mean, the rocks in the middle, I mean, that is just perfect. Fish to the left, fish to the right. I mean, that's what this stream is all about, all the way through yesterday. So I really like fishing this kind of water. It's my style. Something that I've learned about fishing with jigs on my nymph instead of traditional nymph hooks, I don't get near the hangs because the hook bend is up instead of down like the nymph. And so most of my nymphs that I tie now are jigged. Little ones. Certainly have some bigger ones for deeper water. The small nymphs that I tie, say 16, 18, I'll do those as more wet flies and just trail behind another nymph or trail behind a dry. Find many more or less hookups, snags that is, with the jigs. Just my own opinion and experience. It might be that I've gotten to be a better fisherman, but just my quick observation. I'm only doing that for about a year, because I've only been fly tying about going on 3 years, I guess. Gotta be something in this run here. Good flow, good structure underneath. I did have a hit earlier on the dry, but it's just there we go. Oh, I think that could have been a snag, but it looks pretty deep there. It could have been hitting on the Frenchie. We'll find out. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely, oh, lost him. Yep, he came back again. That's good. He's hungry. If a wild trout hits again, that's, he was small though. Let's try to get above that rock. There we go. Yep, it's a little one. That wasn't a snag. That's pretty deep there. Could be a few in there. There we go. He hit the dry that time. There we go. Oh, a little too hard on that one. A little brown looked like. Saw the flash of yellow. Well, look at that. Dang it. There is a gentleman I am coming up on. So, I don't know. He, I guess, hiked in this morning. Shucks. Didn't see a soul yesterday. So, I'm going to have to hike up ahead of him, I guess. And just see what there we go. See what his plan is. No, I didn't see him when I first got in the water. Maybe he just jumped in. Oh well, that's the way it goes. It's not too far of a hike in, so I get it. There's so much water here, and I can fish behind him all day, just like the solitude. Oh, there we go. He came back. Ah, dang it. There we go. Oh! I was just getting ready to pick it up, and man, he hit it. He was on the Frenchie. This hook was not set, obviously, since I was just getting ready to pick it up. Alright, for the last 2 hours, it has been dry. An occasional hit here or there. Changed up a lot of stuff. You know, very, very active early on. Landed a couple pretty quick. Brown and a bow. A couple other long distance releases, some misses. But man, last 2 hours, man. I switched to a yellow chubby. I've got a black stonefly over it. As soon as I threw it into this pool here, I had something swipe at the stonefly underneath it because the sun is peeking in. I saw him, boom, he come flying through and missed the fly, but I saw him underneath, right in that sun right there. Now I got hung up. Problem is this stonefly is kind of heavy. Oh, there we go. And it's not a jig. So it has a tendency to get hung up quite a bit. So, give it a shot. I'm gonna try some natural stuff now. I've had the pink Frenchie. That's what I actually caught everything on earlier, but it went dead. I put a An olive perdigon. Had a couple of swipes, but I mean, it just not really anything. And then I went I guess you'd call it a sulfur Frenchie. Tried that for a while. I did pure purple haze for a while. Nothing other than the creek shiners hitting it. So it really sets up well for the dry dropper nymph fishing. And I don't know if that fisherman I saw earlier, you know, caused the problem, but he was a good ways in front of me, and I was fishing relatively slow to let him get in front of me because I was so active in every single pool. So, you know, it's just the time of the day, and that's just how it goes. I'm hoping to start seeing a hatch and seeing some fish rise, but I've yet to see a fish rise today. We continue with this stone fly for a little bit longer, and then go with some other natural things like zebra midge for a bit. Put some pheasant tails on with a bead head. Just try some different things. I haven't gone with the lime green Frenchie yet, so I think I'll try that first. They always got plenty of bugs, kind of have that color. Inchworms in the summer. Generally been an effective fly for me in most places. And all of these pools are just perfect. No different than the pools I was fishing yesterday and today and this morning. It's just they've stopped. All right. Finally, after many of hours, that's the biggest bow so far. He's probably just a little smaller than that brown yesterday. All right, got him on the stonefly. That pack is hot. Alright, it's time for lunch. It's been a tough fishing for the last, I guess, 3 hours. For whatever reason, reason, they just flat stopped biting. Then I caught that nice sized rainbow in that pool that was underneath the tree. It was kind of dark on the black stonefly, so that was good. But go ahead and eat. Hungry. When fishing gets tough and you get hungry, you need to eat. Beef chili mac. I believe I had this once before. I think it had the beef chili mac or the 5-bean chili mac, which didn't have any meat in it, which was good. I think it's sealed now. There's a nice smooth pool here in front of me, so I've been looking for a place like this where it's not so noisy and has a nice smooth pool so I can see if they start rising. I've seen no fish rising today. They were hitting on the black chubby earlier, and I had a few swipe at the white and yellow chubby. Tried just the purple haze for a while, but you know they were hitting on the Frenchie earlier today. I mean, it was really hot for an hour and a half. So it's just time to take a break, and then probably try some caddis, try some stimulators, some different things this afternoon for a bit, and then go from there. It's actually really good. I remember now, I did have this before. If you like pasta al dente, this is how you get it. I left it a little bit longer. It's better now. I'm not a fan of the al dente pasta. It was actually crunchy after about 10 minutes, but it's soft now. It just needs a little bit of salt. But it's got a little spice. It's definitely worth getting it. If you have a little salt packet, it'll nail it. So bringing my stove out on the creek with just a really light day pack on my back, it's nice to have a good hot meal on the creek instead of hiking all the way back to the camp. That works out really nice. Good hot warm meal, it re-energizes. I feel I was rested enough, so might as well have a cup of coffee out here. Brought a little coffee too in case I wanted some. Still got plenty of time left with fish. Probably getting close to 2 o'clock. Sat down here at pretty much right at 1. wasn't very smart. I left my spoon in there while I poured the water. It's filtered, so I didn't, get it to a rolling boil. It was already filtered. It'd be 5 minutes before I could drink the coffee. But yeah, that's still very hot. This little guy. That's a cool thing there. I guess that's where the mop fly comes from. That's cool.